Left, Hoskins on the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. They're ready.
Well, we can see the lane breakdown for Steve-Hoskins. Now he's got 7 strikes on both the lanes.
He's whacking them both.
Yeah, I don't think he really has a preference. He has a preference. He prefers both of them.
He prefers the crowd to be into it.
Yeah, that ball went a little long on him.
Well, a chance that he's getting pumped up and that adrenaline.
That's possible, Mike. Earlier tonight, he threw a shot similar to that where he got it inside his target, but he had enough fingers to get it through the heavier oil and get it to return. Hard and straight. Will he make this spare?
He says, all right, nothing to this spare game. I'm used to strikes.
Now, this will be our first look at the classic style of Brian Voss.
And Voss always a study in concentration. Ooh, solid 10 to begin the match.
Well, he really wanted to get off to a fast start. He made a very good shot on the right-hand lane. Once again, the solid 10.
Did you see what he did there? He gave it a little raspberry. Cross lane at the 10-pin. Not changing balls, Marshall.
He'll throw hard and straight. He's the master at hand releases. As you can see, that ball never did turn over at all. We take a look at the classic 4-step delivery for Brian Voss. Gets that ball started very early in the first step. Look at this beautiful pendulum shoulder high swing, deep knee bend, good reach. Teach your kids to bowl like that.
Perfect balance. Look at that left foot at the line. The line of the shoulders all the way down to the back leg. Yep. Second frame, semifinal match. Uh-oh. Oh!
And he gets a great break.
Oh! I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Take a look at the pin action. We can see. Now watch, there's the 2-8-10. What gets it?
The 4-pin.
4-pin comes in and takes care of it.
Took care of both of them.
Fortunate just to leave the 10-pin. And he converts. Mike, on the right-hand lane, Brian Voss going very straight. On the left-hand lane, he's in deeper trying to hook the ball. Will he change his strategy for the next time on the left-hand lane after coming in light?
Hoskins doesn't have to worry about all that. He just says, I'm whacking on it.
Well, Hoskins' A game is also his B game. He likes to hook it and then hook it. And he's good at it.
Boy, has he been so great this fall?
That's twice. Almost bit it.
Takes a look at that rack, make sure he likes it. Right now, it doesn't matter to Hoskins. He could be bowling anybody.
Well, you're absolutely right, Mike. And you really...
Come on, let's go.
You've seen the emergence of the ham in Steve-Hoskins. He is loving these people.
You know, I could see you loving this atmosphere out there.
Well, if you could take me back about 10 years, I'd love it. Same shot he threw.
You gotta want it, baby.
Yeah, Brian Voss doesn't love it, Steve. Take a look at this shot inside his target. It's sliding. Okay, let's crumble a bucket. Watch this. Take a look once again at the pin action, and he just throws everything back at that bucket.
Well, they're all on the deck. Voss is down the lane. He says, I can strike too.
And he can ham it up too. I see this as the key shot for Brian Voss. He asked for a re-rack on the left-hand lane. He came in light last time. Couple of options, Mike. He can move in even deeper, open up the lane a little bit more with slower speed, or he can move himself out like he is on lane 26.
Don't forget college basketball. Stay tuned following our bowling telecast for the championship of the Coaches vs. Cancer Classic from the Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Dan Schulman and Dan Rafferty bring all the action.
He went straighter on that lane, Mike.
He's getting that over-under reaction, right?
Didn't get the good break, and what you mean by over-under is you get the ball in a little bit, it slides on the conditioner,
27.
Get it out a little bit too soon. It hooks early. You can see Brian loved the TV pair with a better than 253 average on it.
At the 4-7.
He just does not want to give Steve-Hoskins too much room too early.
Says don't chop it. It didn't. Ryan Collins, Vice President, Brunswick Corp.
Seems to be enjoying himself.
Relaxed.
This guy's been pretty relaxed today, too.
He's been very relaxed.
All you got to do is do that, baby, and this is yours. One at a time. Come on.
And here's some of the champions on the fall tour. We opened the Windsor Locks with Duke and, of course, Hoskins. He's just there. And the other guys both so great this fall. Amleto Monticelli.
John Mazza won in Indianapolis, and then there's Amleto again in Virginia Beach. Jason Couch, he won our Ebonite Challenge. Steve-Hoskins looking to put himself in position to win the Touring Players Championship. But he's 21 pins up. We've only bowled 4 frames. He's bowling Brian Voss. We've got a match here. Steve, you're entertaining the heck out of me.
He is everybody except who he's bowling.
It looks to me as if as we have a problem on lane 25. The pin setter seemed to have malfunctioned a little bit. They're resetting that lane, getting it all fixed up. Well, looks as if Steve-Hoskins, even though he's striking about the same lane to lane, he looks like he likes 26 a lot better.
Yeah. He's really confident on that lane.
Down by 31 pins. Brian Voss needs to get it started.
Voss can throw it straight. He can hook it. I asked him, when does he decide to do which one?
Well, I approach the game, you got to go out there and try and create the largest margin of error. Sometimes that requires you to roll the ball very slow, sometimes very hard, sometimes very direct, and other times with a lot of hook. But that's the way I like to play this game. I want to create the largest margin of error that I possibly can. And I've been very successful at it in my career.
That's a smart way to bowl.
Well, he needs to be successful here on lane 25 if he wants
tried to
a chance
hook it.
to win.
He's tried to go straight. He went straight again.
Brian Voss says, I'm not done yet. And we're not done yet. We're going to be back right after these messages. Don't you be done and leave us. Stay with us. And another guy that loves bowling, Roger Kingman. Kingdom.
2-time Olympic gold medalist. And Pittsburgh loves him here.
He's here every year for the telecast at the Bay of Brunswick Touring Players Championship. This is Mike Durbin along with Marshall Holman. We're at the Fun Fest Entertainment Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the championship round finals of the Bay of Brunswick Touring Players Championship. Hoskins on 4 in a row. Leaves the soft 10 in the 6th frame.
Looked to be a little inside of his target. If it would have hooked a little bit harder, take a look at this, Mike. A little about 21 board. Didn't make the hard charge back. A little lighter, he rips the rack. A little heavier, he trips out the 10 pin. Hard and straight, has no problem with that spare.
Did I get my re-rack?
And he wants a re-rack on that left lane.
Well, he asked if he could get one. I'm not sure he hasn't already exhausted the re-racks for this game.
Okay. What do you get, 2?
I believe you get 2 re-racks, and they're gone, and he's shooting it. Now, this is a very, very important shot for Steve-Hoskins on a lane he's been striking on, but he hasn't exactly got it completely zoned in at this point.
Ooh. And he's saying, if I'd have re-racked, I'd have got that strike.
Oh, good pitch.
Nope,
Yeah.
It says good pitch.
Mike, I believe during the commercial he did exhaust his last re-rack, and that's why he was not able to take one for this frame.
Well, leads by 19 with a spare conversion. It's the 9 pin. It's a dead flush. This is Voss's opportunity here in the 7th frame.
Well, Brian Voss gave a little greeting card in the previous frame, the 6th frame, when he struck to cut that lead down a bit. Now with a strike in the 7th and the 8th, he could take the lead. How do you concentrate through Voss's boss?
He didn't.
Not boss on that one.
Well, he can laugh at himself anyway as he leaves the 3-6. Boy, he had his chance right then and there.
Now, he's won twice this year in Wichita, Kansas, and Richland, Washington. Love to make it 3 of them.
At the 3-6. Has the spare, but he's running out of frames, trailing by 21.
And that was on a lane that he's been hitting, Mike, and he just made a bad shot. He got the ball inside of his target, didn't project it down the lane properly, didn't get the right rotation, the right speed.
So if you're up there and your name is Voss and they're saying Voss is boss, does that distract you?
I should think it could. Mike, he left 4 or 5 of those in practice. The 4-9 split. We'll take a look at what looks like a great shot. It looks like it's hooking out and holding pocket. 8 in the pit. He likes it.
Doesn't like the result. He'll go for it for sure.
At this point in the match, he has to. Take a look at how a great player makes a tough split. Brian Voss to the left of that 4-pin. Almost overcuts it, Mike.
He'd have the 10.
Got the job done. Now, Steve-Hoskins up by 23 pins.
That's pretty good.
Yeah! That's very good, Steve.
Okay, Steve, you can have my job.
1 pitch.
Scoreboard, 23 pins. Hoskins telling
best.
himself 1 time.
Yeah, all he needs to do is make a good shot in the 10th frame.
Come on, get me ready.
He's working at 228. Brian Voss can shoot 225 at best. So Hoskins just needs to make good shots.
And the crowd plays no favorites as they're chanting Steve.
Mike, if he wins this game, and he looks probable to do that, is he going to have any gas left for that final match?
I think he does. He's drawing more and more energy from this crowd. Now, tomorrow, he may be exhausted. Voss says this isn't over yet.
Oh, he won't give up. Now, it's getting closer to over, and I'm sure that Andrea, his lovely wife, and his 2 boys, Joshua and Cameron, they're a little bit disappointed that Brian wasn't able to get it done.
At the 4-pin, cross lane, straight at it, but even if he strikes out, he only finishes with 214, and Hoskins can open and still win.
Yeah, Hoskins just needs to stay behind the foul line and not do anything extraordinarily dumb. Looks like it's going to be Hoskins advancing. He's kind of licking his chops and going, I like this game.
Voss finishing out the 10th frame, strikes there.
Well, it's a look of disappointment, but also he knows he did a good job this week. Bowled very, very good all week.
One more.
I think he'd like to start the game over. Tell Steve-Hoskins he's going to make him show up.
Boss was boss.
Oh, getting a little personal here now. 214. Steve-Hoskins saying Voss was Voss, all in the spirit of levity. He needs 6 pins. He says, I can handle that.
And with the shot that he's playing right now, he has no reason to be careful. He can go ahead and just keep himself loose. He's not sending the ball extraordinarily wide. He threw a strike shot. Well, a careful strike shot, Mike.
Now you do it. Now you do it.
Brian Voss, he'll finish third. That's $15,000. Still a great week and a very, very solid year for Brian Voss, who finishes with
It's always fun. I said he's got enough.
$124,000.
Steve wanted to know if it's enough, which it is, Steve. We can tell you that.
Well, if I'm Steve-Hoskins, I'd like to make this split just so I have a chance to shoot another shot.
He doesn't, but he's still the winner of our semifinal match. Hoskins, 223. Brian Voss, 214. We want to encourage you to stay with us and not go away, because when we come back, we have a special announcement from Brunswick.